Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about Roxbury, a small town in Boston that has a lot of crime. So right now I'm in Roxbury. I'm across the street from the Boston Police Station. This is where the headquarters are, Boston Police Headquarters. If you notice, most of the anchor women and the reporters, they always do their job right here because they feel like this is like the safe area in Roxbury. So they'll come over here and do their interview. It's very symbolic of all of the gun violence and violence in general that takes place in Roxbury. It's actually sad that children are drawing stuff like this, you know? So many of them. It looks like a whole classroom sat down and drew different type of weapons on wood. But to make a point, you see it says no, stop the guns, stop the violence, no guns, you know? Dealing with a lot of violence out here. And it's sad that kids have to be the ones to point it out. See, gun violence.
Yeah, JC, we did move to Boston Police Headquarters for safety purposes, but I do want to show you video we do have of that scene. Police are telling us that one person was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The violence broke out at around 9 o'clock tonight. Our cameras captured a number of bullet holes through a window and door of a housing complex there. This is right in the area, as you said, of Shawmut and Lenox Ave next to Ramsey Park. It's been a very violent area as of late, with several shootings in this exact spot over the past few months.
Hey guys, so this is Lenox Street right here. And this area is notorious for crime. They have projects over here. I'm just waiting. But as you see, there's a couple of houses. There's a church on this side. There's a church right there. And then on the other side, there's a church over here. And I remember when I was younger, a kid getting murdered right here in the middle of the street where this taxi cab is. In between the two churches. That's Lenox. And there's been a lot of gun violence out here. Next up is Shawmut Ave. This little store area right here to the left, hot spot right here. And there's projects, bunch of bricks over here. This area down here, this park area is a hot spot. It's like a hotbed for drama, a lot of people. You know, there'll be mad cars out here. I came out here a good hour because it's not busy, you know. But they play basketball on the other side. And it would be beautiful. It was just like safe, but it's really not safe. There's a liquor store right here, a little bit further back, and the convenience store. This is where the shootout took place, right here, where the two guys are shooting, and I will show you that next.
Two men just started opening fire in the middle of the afternoon. It happened near a park on the Roxbury South End line. People, including children, started running for cover, and now law enforcement says one of the two shooters is under arrest. He's been identified as 18-year-old Marcus Battle of Cambridge. The teen was arraigned today on multiple charges. Nobody was hurt in the shooting, but several cars were damaged, and it really shook up the neighborhood as multiple rounds had been fired. Police asked for tips from the public, and they say the public did come through with critical leads. The surveillance video shows what a terrifying scene this was. The commissioner says the volume of guns in the community is out of control.
But Shawmut Ave can be very dangerous. Let's continue further out. So this whole area is kind of like a hotbed for crime. And I live right around the corner from here. It's funny because I grew up around here, so, you know, it's not as big of a deal to me because I live here. But I know to keep my eyes open and be aware. Boston's not like a super dirty area, you know, like it's not. For the most part, they keep this area clean. So up next, I'm about to show you another little convenience store that's actually right down the street from where we were. You see, we've just been a few paces down. And there's another little store where, unfortunately, this kid was murdered. He was the convenience store clerk, and unfortunately, the guy came in looking to steal and all that. And this is the place right here on my left. Right there. Yeah, so unfortunately he came in looking to steal, and the guy gave him everything he wanted, and he still chose to take the kid out the back and murder him. It was so senseless and so hurtful to the whole entire community.
For more than a month after this shooting, Tan Jim Sion tried to hold on, tried to recover. The 24-year-old had been shot in the head.
He came here in America, dream and what was stolen from him today.
Family members confirming the 24-year-old died early Saturday, surrounded by friends and family who had flown in from his native Bangladesh. In recent days, the family making the tough decision to remove Sion from life support.
This is for us is a very sad, and we lost our younger brother, one of the community member. We never thought something like this happening.
The armed robbery sent shockwaves through the convenience store community. Weeks later, Stefan Samuel of Lynn was arrested, charged in connection with the shooting.
A robbery happened in the store, but this is very unusual robbery. And he gave everything that was looking for. The money, the cigarette, there was the t-shirt.
So now I'm walking through Dudley Station. You got all kinds. How you doing? Nice to see you too. Yeah, it just be like mad people, random people out here doing their thing, you know? But because there's so many people, and it's a bus station, but because there's so many people, that's when the violence and the drama happens, you know? All the buses pretty much do go to some of the worst neighborhoods around here. Got people with signs, religious signs. Police are always out here just because of the violence. And from what I've known, it's always been more stabbings than anything than, you know, shootings around here.
A police investigation at the Nubian Tea Station in Roxbury, where there were reports of a stabbing. Our camera did see blood on the ground outside the station.
Most people are just trying to get where they're trying to go, basically. But how you doing? No, I'm sorry. Lucky. Oh, Lucky, how are you? It's been so long.
I know.
You noticed it was me, huh?
I know.
It's been years.
I know.
You look good. It's good to see you.
Thank you, baby. Good to see you.
You know, yeah. I see you still doing your thing. Is that your
Yeah, that's my car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my friend Lucky right here.
Yes.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm from around here. I live in Roxbury, so it's nothing for me to see people I know. You know how that goes. But people, you know, for the most part, like I said, just every now and then, the drama, you know, people who got drama with them. They got all their little stores and stuff around here. But I would be careful, like coming through here at night. I've heard girls screaming out here, you know, because they getting jumped in the train station. You know, it's a lot of kids, because there's a lot of schools around here, you know. know. But yeah, I would just say if you find yourself here, just make sure that you got your eyes open. Your eyes peeled. There's a police station right across the street here too, but it don't change things or make it so that there's less violence. Hi, how you doing? I'm always friendly to everybody. I treat people how I want to be treated. You know, it doesn't matter who you are. Thank you. Yes. So this is Dudley Station, and this is Washington Street. On the main streets, I'm always saying, well, one of the streets on my list. That is pretty dangerous, but mainly because of Dudley Station, you know. Across the street is a liquor store. You see where it says Castillo, LQ, and they used to have a bunch of bums hanging out there. You know, if you see people hanging out too much around Dudley, that they ain't doing nothing with their lives, pretty much. It's just not a hangout place so much as a keep it moving and passing through place, you know?
There was a violent scene overnight, and now Boston police are investigating this triple shooting. So here's what we know right now about that scene. It happened just after 11 o'clock last night. Large police presence near Warren and Dudley Streets in Roxbury. The shooting happened just after 11, as we said. A busy spot right near Nubian Square. You could see a number of evidence markers on the ground, and investigators searching for clues as well. Boston EMS telling us they brought 3 people to the hospital.
Who woke up to the news that this arrest happened on the same day. 2 others were killed in separate shootings in Roxbury, one on Blue Hill Avenue and another on Weldon and Quincy Streets. Then within a half hour, more violence, this time in Dorchester, a shooting on Draper Street and multiple stabbings on Charles Street.
So this is Blue Hill Ave. Don't look too bad, but I promise you, a lot of bullshit goes on Blue Hill Ave, and I'll show you. It's pretty desolate right now because they're doing a lot of work around here. But these little side streets, Woodcliff, like they're known for being dangerous streets. If you're ever around here, just be careful. All of these side streets, they're all dangerous streets. One time I went in that Central Convenience place and there was a guy in there with one eye. He looked so dirty and rough. I was scared to look his way. Couldn't wait to get up out the store. Not to say that everybody's like that, but you know, you run into some kind of weird characters sometimes around here. This part of Blue Hill Ave is known for prostitution and drug use. Drug addicts be around this area, and that's what creates violence and crime is drug use and drug dealers, and of course that leads to stealing different things like that to get the drugs, and of course that leads to more crime. So that's what it's like around here. You cool driving through, it's not a big deal, you know what I mean? And like I said, Boston streets are pretty damn clean. They don't play them games about being clean, you know. You're not gonna find a bunch of abandoned buildings in Boston. You know, the real estate is too valuable, you know. Real estate is really valuable, even in the really poor, bad neighborhoods, they still are not poor because the houses are worth so much. But there will be a bunch of poor people living in the area, in rooms and things like that. A lot of people can only afford to live in rooms in Roxbury because the rent's so expensive. And the houses around here are going for like $600K, you know, even in the worst part of town. The housing market is still ridiculously expensive.